Unlock consistency. 10 rules the top 1% follow. Why consistency changes everything. Most people do not fail because they are stupid. They fail because they are inconsistent. They start strong. They feel excited. They feel motivated. Then life happens. They feel tired. They feel bored. They stop. Consistency is not talent. Consistency is not luck. Consistency is a skill. The top 1% understand this truth early. They do not rely on motivation. They do not wait to feel ready. They build systems. They follow rules. They show up even when they do not want to. This is why consistency changes everything. When you are consistent, small actions grow. When you are consistent, effort compounds. When you are consistent, average days create extraordinary results. Most beginners think success comes from big moves. They think it comes from one perfect decision. They think it comes from sudden inspiration. This is wrong. Success comes from boring repetition. Success comes from simple actions done daily. Success comes from showing up again and again. The top 1% know this. They do not chase motivation. They create discipline. They do not depend on mood. They depend on habits. They do not ask, "Do I feel like it today?" They ask, "What is my rule?" Rules remove emotion. Rules reduce stress. Rules protect progress. This is the first big difference between average people and top performers. Average people negotiate with themselves. Top performers follow their rules. Average people wait for the perfect time. Top performers start now. Average people quit when it feels hard. Top performers expect it to be hard. Consistency is not about doing more. Consistency is about doing enough every day. If you are a total beginner, this is good news. You do not need talent. You do not need experience. You do not need confidence. You only need rules you can follow. The top 1% never aim for perfection. They aim for reliability. They want to be the person who shows up, even when it feels boring, even when it feels slow. Because they understand one thing: results lag behind actions. Today's effort may not show results today. Tomorrow's effort may not show results tomorrow, but effort always shows results later. Inconsistency breaks this chain. Consistency strengthens it. Think about learning English. One day of study changes nothing. 1 week feels small, but 1 year of daily practice changes everything. This is how consistency works. The top 1% think long-term. They play the long game. They are patient. They are calm. They trust the process. They know most people quit too early. They know time is their advantage. Consistency makes you dangerous. Not because you are fast, but because you do not stop. Most people stop. They stop when results are slow. They stop when nobody is watching. They stop when excitement fades. The top 1% keep going. This is why they win. They understand that consistency is boring, and they accept it. They understand that progress is quiet, and they respect it. They understand that discipline beats motivation, and they train it daily. Consistency is not dramatic. It is not exciting. It is not glamorous, but it works. This is why it separates the best from the rest. Now let us talk about the biggest lie beginners believe. The lie is this: I will start when I feel motivated. Motivation is unreliable. Motivation comes and goes. The top 1% do not wait for motivation. They act first. Action creates motivation, not the other way around. When you act, confidence grows. When you act, momentum builds. When you act, identity changes. You stop saying, I want to be consistent. You start saying, I am consistent. Identity is powerful. The top 1% do not say, I try. They say, I do. They do not say, I hope. They say, I will. Consistency is an identity before it is a habit. You become what you repeat. Repeat small actions, become strong. Repeat excuses, become weak. The choice is made every day. This is why the top 1% protect their routines. They protect their time. They protect their energy. They say no often. They say no to distractions. They say no to shortcuts. They say yes to boring work. They say yes to daily effort. They say yes to the process. Consistency is saying yes when nobody forces you. It is self-respect in action. Every day you keep a promise to yourself, trust grows. Every day you break a promise, trust breaks. The top 1% trust themselves. They built that trust slowly, one day at a time. They do not chase intensity. They chase sustainability. They ask one question: can I do this every day? If the answer is no, they reduce the task. If the answer is yes, they commit. This is how consistency survives. Small steps beat big intentions. 5 minutes every day beats 1 hour once a week. 1 page every day beats 1 book never finished. 1 lesson every day beats quitting again. The top 1% think this way. They do not underestimate small actions. They respect them. Because small actions are easy to repeat, and repetition is everything. Consistency is not about pushing harder. It is about making things easier to repeat. This is a mindset shift. Beginners try to change everything at once. Top performers change one thing and repeat it. Beginners rely on willpower. Top performers rely on systems. Willpower gets tired. Systems keep going. This is why rules matter. Rules remove decision fatigue. Rules reduce friction. Rules guide behavior when emotions fail. In the next part, we will break down the first rules the top 1% follow. These rules are simple. They are practical. They are beginner-friendly. If you follow them, consistency becomes natural. Not easy, but possible. And possible is enough. Part 2. The rules that make consistency automatic. The top 1% do not rely on feelings, they rely on rules. Rules create structure. Structure creates freedom. Without rules, you decide every day. Decisions drain energy. Energy runs out. Rules save energy. Now let us break down the rules. These are not complex, they are simple. They work because they are repeatable. Rule 1. Start smaller than you think. Most beginners start too big. They want fast results. They want dramatic change. They fail. The top 1% starts small. So small it feels almost stupid. 5 minutes, 1 page, 1 task. Small actions are easy to repeat. Easy to repeat means consistent. Consistency matters more than intensity. You do not need to feel proud today, you need to show up tomorrow. Small wins build confidence. Confidence builds momentum. Momentum keeps you going. Rule 2. Never miss twice. Everyone misses a day. Even the best people fail sometimes. The top 1% do not panic. They do not quit. They follow one rule. Never miss twice. 1 bad day is normal. 2 bad days create a pattern. If you miss today, you show up tomorrow. No excuses, no drama. This rule protects progress. It keeps failure small. It keeps habits alive. Rule 3. Fix the time, not the mood. Beginners wait to feel ready. Top performers schedule action. Same time, same place, every day. Time triggers behavior. Mood does not matter. When the clock hits the time, you act. No thinking, no debating. This removes friction. Your brain learns the pattern. Action becomes automatic. This is how habits are built. Rule 4. Lower the bar on bad days. Not every day is a good day. Energy changes. Life happens. The top 1% do not quit on bad days. They lower the bar. They do the minimum. 1 sentence, 1 push-up, 1 minute. Minimum action keeps the habit alive. It protects identity. You still become the person who shows up. This rule saves consistency during hard times. Rule 5. Track what you do, not what you feel. Feelings lie. Actions do not. The top 1% track behavior. They mark the calendar, they check the box, they count the days. Progress becomes visible. Seeing effort creates motivation, not the other way around. Tracking builds awareness. Awareness builds control. Simple tracking is enough. Do not overthink it. Just record the action. Rule 6. Build identity first. The top 1% think in identity. They do not say, I want to be consistent. They say, I am the type of person who shows up. Every action is a vote for identity. When you act, you reinforce who you are. When you quit, you weaken that identity. Consistency is not about results, it's about becoming someone new. When identity changes, behavior follows. Rule 7. Remove friction before adding motivation. Beginners push themselves harder. Top performers make action easier. They prepare in advance. Clothes ready, tools prepared, distractions removed. Less friction means fewer excuses. Environment shapes behavior. If something is easy, you do it. If something is hard, you avoid it. Design your environment. Rule 8. Focus on the process, not the outcome. Outcomes are delayed. Processes are immediate. The top 1% fall in love with the process. They focus on today's action, not tomorrow's result. This reduces pressure. This increases consistency. When you focus on the process, anxiety drops. When anxiety drops, action increases. Rule 9. Protect your energy. Consistency needs energy. The top 1% protect sleep. They protect focus. They protect recovery. They do not waste energy on drama. They do not argue with everyone. They do not chase everything. Energy is a resource. Use it wisely. Rule 10. Accept boredom. Consistency is boring. The top 1% accept this. They do not seek excitement. They seek progress. Boredom means stability. Stability means growth. If you wait for excitement, you quit. If you accept boredom, you win. These rules work together. Small starts, clear time, low friction, strong identity. This is how consistency becomes automatic. In the final part, we will connect all rules. We will show how to apply them daily. We will turn knowledge into action. This is where change becomes real. Part 3. How to live consistently every day. Consistency is not a one-time decision. It is a daily practice. The top 1% do not wake up inspired every morning. They wake up committed. Commitment is quiet. Commitment is steady. Now let us turn rules into daily life. Build your simple daily system. A system answers one question. What do I do today? The top 1% keep this answer simple. Same action, same time, same trigger. When life is complex, systems bring order. Your system should fit your life, not the other way around. Ask yourself 3 questions. What is the smallest action I can repeat daily? When will I do it? Where will I do it? Write the answers down. This becomes your rule. Design your day around one priority. Most people overload their day. They fail before they start. The top 1% choose one priority, one habit, one focus. Everything else is secondary. This reduces pressure. This increases success. When one thing is consistent, other things follow. Use triggers to start action. Action needs a trigger. The top 1% attach habits to existing routines. After waking up, after brushing teeth, after sitting at the desk. Triggers remove thinking. Thinking creates delay. Delay kills consistency. Let routine start the action. Stop judging yourself. Beginners judge themselves harshly. This creates fear. The top 1% observe instead. They ask, "What happened? What can I adjust?" No emotion, no blame. This keeps progress moving. Consistency needs kindness, not punishment. Learn to restart fast. Failure will happen. Life is unpredictable. The top 1% restart quickly. No long breaks, no shame. They return to the smallest action. Restarting fast is a skill. Practice it. Measure progress the right way. Do not measure success by results only. Measure by days you showed up. Consistency is the win. Results come later. When you measure effort, motivation grows. Think in seasons. Life has seasons. Energy rises and falls. The top 1% adjust without quitting. High energy seasons push growth. Low energy seasons protect habits. Consistency adapts, it does not break. Play the long game. Most people overestimate what they can do in 1 month. They underestimate what they can do in 1 year. The top 1% are patient. They trust time. They trust repetition. This mindset removes stress. Become the person who does not quit. At some point, consistency becomes identity. You no longer try, you simply do. You do not debate, you do not delay. You show up. This is power. Not loud power, quiet power. The power of reliability. Your final commitment. You do not need to change everything today. You need to start one thing. One small action, one clear time, one simple rule. Follow it tomorrow, then the next day. Let consistency shape you. The top 1% are not special. They are consistent. Now you know the rules. The choice is yours.
If this video inspired you or helped you learn something new, please take a moment to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the Motivation to Study English for 30 minutes every day. Your support is the energy that keeps us creating better and more meaningful videos every single day.